So, last Tuesday, our book club met at Judy's house, as usual. We were all sipping on our herbal teas, discussing our next read, when Greg, the group's self-proclaimed literary innovator, tossed out a suggestion that had us all raising our eyebrows. Why not read War and Peace backward? He proposed with the enthusiasm of a kid suggesting ice cream for breakfast. The room fell silent, save for the faint sound of a teacup clinking nervously against its saucer. Greg, undeterred by our stunned silence, elaborated, "Think about it. We save time by starting at the end. Plus, we get straight to the climax." Intrigued by Greg's unconventional logic and perhaps too polite to outright reject the idea, we decided to give it a whirl. The next meeting was a spectacle of bewilderment. As we tried to discuss the backward plot, sentences became riddles, and characters popped in and out of existence like they were participants in a strange literary magic trick. Jane, who always took meticulous notes, looked thoroughly confused. "So, Pierre started as a ghost and then undeclared war?" she questioned, trying to stitch together the narrative. Meanwhile, Tom was convinced we had accidentally picked up a historical cookbook, since he kept finding references to what he thought were ancient Russian recipes. By the third session, things had gotten completely out of hand. Our discussions were less about the story and more about the absurdity of our predicament. Judy was convinced Greg had led us into some kind of intellectual prank. "I swear, if I read one more page of reverse warfare strategy, I'm starting a new club," she announced, holding her copy of the book upside down as if that would somehow make it easier to decipher. Greg, however, was having the time of his life, gleefully pointing out how the book's themes seemed to make more sense when unraveled in reverse. Finally, after weeks of backward chaos, we stumbled upon a peculiar realization: reading War and Peace backward didn't save time at all. In fact, it doubled our confusion and tripled our meetings. As we all sat there, books in hand, eyes slightly glazed over from the mental gymnastics, Greg chuckled and said, "Well, folks, at least now we can say we've truly made history. Or at least paged through it backward." And that, my friends, is how our book club inadvertently became a time travel support group, proving once and for all that sometimes, you just can't rush through history, especially in reverse.